Zarkarewicz, board certified weight loss specialist, and I'm here with my patient Anne. When I met Anne 4 months ago, she was struggling. She was feeling tired and not comfortable in her own skin. Anne and I have worked together and she has created tremendous change. I'm so excited for her. Anne thinks about food differently, she eats differently, she's moving her body in different ways, and she just has that confidence and empowerment to be able to continue this path.
Hi, I'm Anne Martinelli. I am Dr. Meg's patient, and I'm here today just to offer my honest feedback on the transformation that I've been able to travel the last 5 months. When I first came to the Well Lounge, a few of the girls says, Anne, what do you want? What do you want to do? What do you want to feel? And I didn't really have an answer. And I started to identify parts of my body that I didn't like, and my stomach and the growth in my ass were probably just two of the main pieces that I didn't like, and I didn't really know how to fix them until I came across Dr. Meg. And Dr. Meg basically shared with me, this is my job, this is what I do, this is what I know how to do, and I'm good at it. And with those comments, it basically released the stress and anxiety from what I was thinking and, more importantly, feeling. And I began to trust her. And as I began to trust her, I began to realize a lot of the issues that I was experiencing were coming from within. And she empowered me to make changes in order to address my nutritional, but also my emotional baggage that I needed to rid myself up from in order to be a healthier version of myself. So within the last 5 months, I started to rebalance my diet and really focus on the fuel that my body needs, replacing my sugars and my fats with protein, and realizing that when I put the protein in, that I feel really good. And that was an eye-opening experience, one that I was just ignorant to. And the other piece is that I stopped fat shaming myself. I stopped the drive-thrus, I stopped doing the habits that really made me unhealthy, and I started to replace them with yoga and Spenga and movement that has allowed me to free myself of just a body that I really didn't know was mine and I didn't want to be mine. And so that's who I am now. So accountability is something that was a common thread throughout this experience. I realized after self-reflection that I was always someone that took the easy way out or did things halfway in order to cut corners. And with this, the commitment level was so high that I didn't want to cut corners, and I wanted to be committed to myself. And so I found ways to build accountability into my program. I started to document through the app what I was eating, when I was eating it, and most importantly, how much I was eating. I realized that when the conversations would take place with Meg in order to coach me through my healthy lifestyle choices, that someone was paying attention. So it allowed me to not have the wiggle room to kind of fudge things a little bit. And I knew that if I was going to go through the McDonald's drive-thru, that someone else on the other side was going to be looking at it. The accountability shifted from Dr. Meg to myself, and now I realized that it wasn't so important that Dr. Meg saw it, it was more important that I saw it. And so those decisions that I made along the way, which weren't easy, were being made for myself. In addition, I was always someone that when I was doing my reps at the gym or at the Spenga class, I maybe cut out the last 2 or 3. And I realized through doing this program that I was the only one that was getting cheated. And when you made that commitment to yourself with a healthy lifestyle and having the balance of this nutritional aspect, but more importantly, this physical aspect, you can't half-ass it. Because when you half-ass it, you're only going to get halfway results. And I didn't want to do that. And so the accountability factor with this was huge for me.
Anne and I are doing is we're reviewing her in-body body composition analysis. And so when Anne and I first met in June, she was not super happy with those results. Today we talked about the progress that she's made, and we're both over the moon. Anne has made tremendous progress in all the areas that I measure health, most notably her visceral fat, which is the fat that's around our organs that puts us at most increased risk of diabetes and all sorts of health complications. We like that number to be less than 100. When I met Anne, that number was 139.7, and today it's 72.8. So what she has done for herself from a health first perspective is just as amazing as the confidence she's built and the health that she's created.
And I walk around naked all of the time.
So in reviewing Anne's body composition, another huge excitement was that all of the weight Anne lost was pure body fat. And she's been able to maintain her lean muscle mass throughout this progress, even though she's created tremendous progress on the scale. So when people are losing weight on their own, sometimes you have no idea, well, I lost 20 pounds, what does that mean? When we can look at the body composition analysis, we can make sure those 20 pounds were 20 pounds of fat, and that her lean muscle mass has been maintained through the way that she's been providing her body nutrition and the way she's been moving her body, which is just super awesome.
Thanks.
I think the coolest thing about our follow-up visit today is Anne said, like, what now? Like, what's the transition? What am I gonna do? And the answer was, we just do what we've been doing, right? So we created sustainable, healthy changes, and now you're on that path. There's not anything like wild or crazy. There's not a big secret. It's just figuring out what your body needs to be whole and healthy and strong, and having the support to be able to implement it. It's, you know, something that you're able to continue for the rest of your life.